On this episode of the Globe Sports Corner, we take our first look at the new head coach of the women's volleyball team. We sit down with head coach of the track and field team to assess the challenges with the upcoming outdoor season. And a Goshen College alum made his own way to stay involved in sports even after graduation. All that and more on the Globe Sports Corner. On the campus of Goshen College, my name is Collin Echols, and welcome to the Globe Sports Corner. All of the athletes have been hard at work, so we have plenty to cover. First things first, we have our first awards of the week. Men's volleyball setter Wyatt Bollinger, who is the WAC Conference Setter of the Week. He led the Leafs to an upset victory at Mount Vernon Nazarene with a season-high performance. Bollinger had 53 assists and averaged 10 assists per set this week. Not only was he a key part of the Leafs offense, but also the defense, as he also had 10 or more digs in both the Maple Leafs matchups this past week. Congratulations to Wyatt Bollinger on an outstanding performance. Moving over to the women's volleyball team, there's a new head coach at the reins for the program. Recently hired, Coach Jeff Phillips looks to turn the program around by bringing a whole new energy to the team. Dante Stanton has the story.
The Goshen College women's volleyball team has had its struggles over the past few seasons, with a total of 6 wins in 3 years. With the departure of head coach Courtney Crawford following the 2022 season, the program briefly found itself without a leader.
The only really huge hard part was when we had no coach. So we were really relying on our captains to lead our lifting schedule and our practice schedule.
But on February 12th, it was announced that a new head coach had been found. Meet Jeff Phillips, a volleyball veteran with more than 15 years of coaching experience under his belt between Warsaw, Tippecanoe Valley, and Wawasee High School. But according to Phillips, GC is the perfect fit for him and his family.
You know, if I'm going to take this college challenge, this was sort of a perfect option. And then I really like the way, you know, Goshen as a college is set up. I like the campus environment. I like the small school environment. So far, the switch from high school coaching to the college level has been a welcome one, thanks to the unique opportunity that a college program provides to build in a specific way. When you're coaching high school, you're effectively at the mercy of what is available at your high school. And that isn't the fault of the players or the school itself, it's just the reality of the situation. So you can only be as good as the players who are available in your school. The most exciting part about this process is now I can go out and find players that I feel like fit the way we want to play, the philosophy that we have, and those type of things.
With the 2022 season long behind, Coach Phillips is at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to drawing in new players. So when does the recruiting process start?
Now. You know, it's one of those things where we're trying to balance that, you know, meeting the team, you know, getting to know the team, seeing the team on the court. It's really hard to recruit. Hey, what spots do we feel like we need or that we need to look for without necessarily having that really deep background of the team itself.
For junior Gwen Bellamy, the change in coaching style was one of the most noticeable differences. According to the players, Coach Phillips has some comedic chops.
Coach Phillips is really funny. He's very sarcastic, which I like because it's like comedic relief. You know, he can tell you, hey, you need to fix your footwork on that, but then he can also poke fun at you to not get you so far in your head.
But beyond the laughs, the team is grateful for what Coach Phillips brings to the court when it comes to perhaps GC's biggest hurdle, confidence.
Because a lot of us have confidence issues, which affects our playing. So he's been giving more compliments out while still giving us constructive criticism, which is a little different than what we are used to.
Right, I like the idea of saying, no, this is a program I want to build and sort of see grow from where it is to what it could be, you know, 5 or 10 years down the line.
The team currently practices twice a week during the offseason and with individual learning soon to come in the summer. Reporting for Globe Sports, I'm Dante Stanton.
I'm excited to see what lies ahead for the women's volleyball team. Up next, we have a special guest in the studio, Sean Falks, first-year head coach of the track and field team. All that and more on the Globe Sports Corner. are watching the Globe Sports Corner. We have a very special guest in the studio today, head coach of GC Track and Field, Coach Sean Folks. Coach Folks, first and foremost, thank you for taking a little time out of your day to join us in the studio. We're very happy to have you. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, ready to get this interview underway. Very exciting day that we have ahead of us as we transition from indoor season. It's come to a close. Give us kind of your final thoughts on your first indoor season at GC as head coach.
Well, indoor season wrapped up extremely well. I had 10 events qualify for the Indoor National Championships, had several events make finals, and we came home with Nelson Kemboy being All-American. And solid day. I mean, always wish we could, bring a few more pieces of hardware home, but I think every coach wishes that, So, no, extremely proud of our kids, though. They've worked hard all season long, and excited for what they can do outdoors.
Now you make the quick transition to outdoor season. What are going to be some of the unique challenges that are going to come with competing outdoors after being inside for that first part of the season?
I think the unique challenges that we face are the same that any team in the Midwest faces, is that there's always just no set weather pattern. I mean, I could look out 1 minute and have it be sunny and look out the next and it could be snowing sideways. The nice thing for us is that we tend to have a little less, at least from my experience here in the short time I've been here, a little less variation. I mean, I'm coming from areas where it will snow 3 feet one day and then you're out the next couple days running on the track. Here, got a pretty good setup. So I think we're in a good position. We also have good facilities for indoor and outdoor to be able to start indoors and then work outdoors if we need to. Some of our speed and power events are staying inside a little bit more just as we transition into that warmer weather, but that tends to be the case. I mean, eventually we have to start competing outside and we have to start getting outside more. So it transitions maybe not as quickly as some would like and maybe not as slowly as others would like, just because everyone would like it to be sunny and 70. But I mean, who wouldn't in the Midwest?
Very, very true. And with the quick turnaround, that means not a lot of time to prepare for some of those elements, right? Running inside for so long. So what has practice been looking like for you, for the team, to kind of get you guys in the mindset of, hey, outside, a little bit bigger track, and battling some of those elements?
Well, some of the training pieces really depend on event groups. So like some of our distance kids, they'll start with their meeting inside and then they'll do some warm-up stuff and head outside and do their runs. Our sprints group, because we can work those block starts, we can work repeats in the 200s and do hurdle work or do high jump and long jump work inside. We're doing that a little bit more. Our throwers, because the implements change a little bit, we've had our throwers outside the last couple of weeks just to kind of really get comfortable in the ring and comfortable in the elements, because it can play a big factor when you're trying to spin and do what you need to do in those circles and runways. But yeah, I mean, it's the same sort of thing you'd find anywhere.
After performing very, very well at indoors this year and being a part of a team that historically has excelled outdoors, what are going to be your expectations for this season to try and uphold that tradition?
Well, I think the expectations really start from us doing the same things we've been doing as far as showing up, being consistent, working hard. We have a lot of young talent, and so this indoor national championship, we had the great fortune of taking some of that talent to the national meet. So now that we kind of have the wow, this is nationals sort of behind us, we can start to focus on doing the work at hand when it shows up to those big meets. But it's also about not just building up what we currently have, but putting forth a good effort that other people want to be a part of too.
Coach, before we wrap this up, do you have any kind of final remarks as we head into this outdoor season for fans, family at home, your runners, just anybody that is a supporter of track and field here at Goshen College?
I think that we're in a really exciting time. I mean, our distance group has really anchored this program for so long, and Coach Nice and our distance runners have that kind of claim or label because they are the heart of this program, and they've done really well. It's going to be exciting to see some of our other event areas try and catch up to that level of success, and I think it sets a great bar for us. I mean, they've held the torch, if you will, for so long. And now it's going to be fun to see some other events try and come up and meet that standard. So,
Coach, thank you so much for joining me today. We're wishing you the best of luck this weekend as you get started outside.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Track and field team will kick off their season this weekend at the Yellow Jacket Collegiate Open at 10 a.m. Coming up, athletes are racking up even more awards, and Goshen College alum has made his own way to stay connected to the sport that brought him to Goshen, even after graduation. All that and more heading your way on the Globe Sports Corner.
Goshen students enjoy an amazing record of success. What's the secret? It starts with hands-on learning experiences. Whether it's a service project in Peru, a sustainability semester at our Environmental Learning Center, or broadcasting for our award-winning radio station, it adds up to life-changing perspectives and real-world skill development that makes a difference to future employers. And it's all available at a campus that makes everyone feel at home. Come hang out with us and see for yourself. Schedule your campus visit today at goshen.edu/visit.
Goshen College student athletes are working exceptionally hard at their sports, and the recognition keeps coming in. After a stellar performance on the mound and the plate, softball's Allison Catanacci has earned Crossroads League Player of the Week. Last week against Bethel and Huntington, Catanacci hit .385 with 2 home runs and 9 runs batted in. Catanacci also took 2 wins in the circle, only allowing 2 earned runs in both complete games. Congratulations on an amazing performance. A common problem that many students athletes face after graduating is what to do next. So much of their time is spent training for their sport, making the transition to no sports at all difficult for some. But Goshen College Alumni has found a way to keep sports in his life by combining both his degree and his love for the game. Cormac Kuplichty has more.
For many Goshen College athletes, after graduation, their connection with the soccer scene fades away. But for former Goshen College men's soccer captain Enrique Eichenberger, this connection has never been stronger. Eichenberger, who just graduated last spring, is already putting his business degree to work after starting his own semi-professional soccer team called Goshen City FC. Eichenberger felt like Goshen was the perfect place for the location of the team because
Goshen is my home already. I played 4 years in Goshen College. I learned so many things here. I grew up here, so I'd say that I came here as a boy and I graduated as a man. So I got married in the city, so I am so connected with the city that I want to start my soccer club here.
Goshen has a massive market for soccer, and their support of the team has already begun to show.
Yeah, the community is receiving this idea very well. There are so many people reaching out in Facebook, Instagram, so many friends, so many teammates that are saying, hey, keep going, hey, good job, that's amazing for the city. It's an amazing addition for the city.
And with the first match less than a month away, the team has already started to come together. Former Ancilla College head coach and Goshen College graduate Tyler Bourne has stepped up to fill the team's managerial needs.
So I was at a time where I didn't have any coaching position. I was still looking for something, and then this opportunity arose, and it was one that I felt like I couldn't pass up just with my ties to Goshen. I've grown up playing this sport in the area, and it just felt like the perfect fit as soon as Enrique and I met.
Bourne returns to Goshen, not only where he played at GC, but also where he won a state title with the Redhawks, giving this return a true sense of homecoming. It's often expected with a new team that struggles will arrive early, but Bourne doesn't anticipate that being an issue.
We've got a lot of talent in the area and a lot of, I think from the start this season we're going to be competing. I believe that with the talent we have and just the idea that I have of the UPSL, I think this team will compete, and then as it grows, academy might come into it. We start with younger kids and we work them up into this club, because sometimes you start from zero, you start from scratch. It doesn't feel like we're starting like that with this team. I feel like we're already starting with a good start, and it's just going to build into something more. So
there's still plenty of work to be done before the season begins, but both Eichenberger and Bourne are happy with the progress that has been made so far and see a bright future for Goshen City FC. For Globe Sports, this is Cormac Kuplichty.
It's great to see how sports can create so many opportunities for athletes even after graduation. When we come back, we'll have your Maple Leaf highlight of the week and get you up to date on all the sporting events that are happening this week. There's a lot to talk about. This is the Globe Sports Corner.
So you just graduated from Goshen College? What experiences prepared you for this job?
Where do I begin? was back in the fielding position. Pettipiece, the delivery, swung on. Looks like a pop-up right inside the foul line, and Stillett has... Oh, and we have a double play. Stillett got the pop out, caught that, and caught Vineyard sleeping in the base path, threw it back to second, and got the force out at second before Vineyard could get back. So we have 2 outs now, only a runner on first. A little bit of redemption there for that tough start right there.
And how about a really quick momentum shift?
Spring can be a crazy time for sports with reschedules galore, so let's get you up to date. Baseball heads to Spring Arbor on Friday for a doubleheader. Friday as well, the softball team will have their home opener against Grace College with their first pitch set to go at 3. And men volleyball takes the court that night with a match against Siena Heights University, first serve at 7. Then on Saturday, like we mentioned, track and field kicks off their outdoor season at the Yellow Jacket Invitational Open at 10. Later that day, the baseball team takes the field again at noon up at Spring Arbor. And around off the weekend, it's senior night as men's volleyball closes their season with Lawrence Tech at 3. Cormac Kavlifty will be covering that game on GoLeafs.net. To make sure you don't miss a beat with The Globe, check out our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all at 91.1 The Globe. You can also check out our website, globeradio.org, and our YouTube, 911 The Globe, where you can find episodes of The Globe Sports Corner and more video content. That's it for this episode of The Globe Sports Corner. We'll be back for another episode in 2 weeks and bring you more Globe content. For now, I'll go ahead and sign things off for the whole Globe staff. My name is Colin, and you're watching The Globe Sports Corner.